following program is in described video for the visually impaired. It is also suggested that you listen to it under the influence of heavy drugs. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be doing cooler tech. We'll be making some sub. So let me get this set up on a tripod and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to begin our process by weighing out some coco coir. Now this stuff here, Coco Tech, I don't know what happened with this company. This is my last bag of this stuff. I have a couple of more 5 kilogram blocks of some other product that I'm familiar with that I also like to use. But this stuff right here, hands down in my opinion, was the best. Best bang for your buck. Very clean. Nice and compact, and I used to be able to order it from Amazon for $14 for the 5 kilogram, 11 pounds shipped to my door. And now they make hydroponic stuff for growing cannabis, but as you know, we use some of the similar materials, and I really like this. But they quit selling last year. The only thing I can find is some remnants of people that still have some, but they want an outrageous amount for it, and like I said, they quit making it, so I'm kind of shit out of luck as far as the one that I preferred. But we'll make it work. Let's see here. We're going to need, I do double batches, right? So the original recipe for my CD substrate is 650 gram brick, 4 cups of vermiculite, 4 quarts of vermiculite, and 4.5 quarts of water. But since I do a double batch, the recipe I'm going to be making today is 1,300 grams of coco coir, 8 quarts of vermiculite, and 9 quarts of boiling water. So let's go ahead and start getting and that's roughly 700 grams. Alright. Another 500 to go. I don't know if I have another 500 in here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's start over. We've got 693 grams here. I'll go ahead and put that in the cooler. And we've got 178 here. So far, we're up to 871. And I have a bunch of loose coir. Left in that bag, so I'm going to go grab me a bowl. And we will see what we've got. Okay, let's tear that out. see what we've got here. $243. We've got 1,114 grams. So if we're going for 1,300, that would be 186 grams we still need. So dump that, and I'm gonna go get me another block. And we are back, and this is my second to last 11-pound block of my favorite. It's gonna be a real sad day for me when I no longer have any more of that. So let's cut this bad boy open and get to the goodness. Okay, here we go. Now, according to my calculations, what was it? I need 186 grams. Okay, let's see what kind of damage we can do here, fellas. I usually have a hatchet that I use for this, but I left it in my camping gear, so I don't have it at my disposal today. Instead, I will be forced to use a butcher knife. You know what? I'm not gonna watch you. I'm not gonna make you watch all this. Okay, so we got, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm a little trouble with the tripod here. That is 188.3, and we needed 186. So I'm not gonna worry too much about those 2 grams, and we're going to go ahead dump it on in. And for those of you who care, I cut my finger because I'm a dumbass who apparently doesn't know how to use a knife right. But anyway, okay, now what I like to do before adding the vermiculite is I like to take my pieces of coco coir and just break them up into smaller pieces. See, it breaks apart pretty easy. Doesn't got to be into a powder, but you know, some small pieces, right? It just makes it easier for the water to absorb and to mix it later. Now today I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently than I normally do them, because normally what I do, turn that just a little bit. normally what I do is I use a paint mixer bit on the end of my cordless drill. And I will have the vermiculite and the coco coir set up and pour the boiling water in, and I will pour it over evenly, and then I close the top and I let it set for about an hour. And in that hour it'll soak up quite a bit of the water, and then what I'll do is I'll open the lid and I'll run the drill and mix it all up, and that does a really good job. After I mix it, I close the lid. It's still steaming hot, and I wait till the next day. And because we're using a cooler instead of a bucket, normally the next day it's still pretty hot. Hot enough to where I wait till the end of the following day to bag it. But if I do it early in the morning, if I do this in the evening and then I do try to bag it early in the morning, it's a little uncomfortable for your hands. But like I said, normally I use the drill bit, and today we are not. Today, after I do the water pour and let it set for an hour, I am going to be using, I'm not sure yet, probably a wooden spoon, something that I can mix it up pretty good with and let that water redistribute through the mixture of coco coir and vermiculite. Alright, we don't gotta watch me do this whole thing, so I will come back when I am ready to add the vermiculite. So we're back and we're ready for the vermiculite. Please don't pay attention to the mess in the background. It's coming up on Christmas time, and just a bunch of stuff from Amazon for family and gifts. Alright, so we're going to do 8 quarts of vermiculite. Okay, up to the line. And that's 2. I'm not going to make you sit and wait to see the other 6. So we'll come back when it's time to pour some boiling water. Real quick before we move on to the boiling water. Now that I don't know how you can see that, but now that the coco coir and the vermiculite are both in the tub, I like to mix it up first. Get a good mixture going there before I pour the water. It just seems to make a better blend. It's a lot easier in the long run. Okay, now it's ready for the water. Okay, now we need to get some water boiling. What I need is 8,500 milliliters, which is 9 quarts. So, probably best I get a running log here going. Okay, 8,500, we're going to start with that. And then this goes up to 1,600 milliliters. So we're still going to have 6,900 milliliters after I fill this. But you do not need to watch this entire process because it's pretty self-explanatory, right? 9 quarts of water in a pot. We'll come back when I have that ready to go. Okay, so I've got all 9 quarts in the pressure cooker. Now, keep in mind, I'm not pressure cooking it. I just have the top on. It's not, we're not going to pressure cook it. We're just bringing it to a boil. But, you know, got it on high, going good. Should be ready in about, I don't know, 8-10 minutes. Gives me plenty of time to finish the rest of the prep. Alright, so we have our water boiling, and I'm set up to pour. I'll go ahead and open this up. And 1000% I'm going to use some towels on the handle of this pressure cooker, because if not, you'll burn the living shit out of yourself. Trust me, I speak from experience. Go ahead and kill the fire. I am going to grab this pot. And be very careful when you pour. You can most definitely burn the shit out of yourself. Like I said, I want to pour it nice and even over. And now I'm blind. That's alright though, I don't need to really see what I'm doing. I'm just going to close this up. I'm going to leave it sit there for an hour. And then when we come back, I am going to stir it up old school style, because I don't have my drill today. So, an hour has passed and it is time to stir. Very simple, nothing special to it. The one thing I will mention though is that be very careful. You don't want to get your hand up in it, because it is very hot still. Again, using a cooler as opposed to a bucket is a pretty massive difference. So 2 things to remember is to try not to get it on your hands. And the second thing would be to be as quickly as possible, because we want to retain the heat for as long as possible. The difference between a bucket tech and a cooler tech is that with a bucket tech you're going to get a pseudo pasteurization, but with the cooler tech you're going to get a true pasteurization, just because of how long it retains that heat. Alright, so here we go. Let's get this done over and quickly. Whew. Again, I definitely prefer using my drill for this task with a paint mixing bit, but this is how I used to do it before I had those tools to work with. So definitely doable this way. It's just a lot easier, especially on your hands. I know most of you guys are young guys and you don't have the same types of problems that some of us older cats do, but like I have arthritis in my hands and this is killing me. But we're all done. It's all nice and mixed. Voila! Wait till tomorrow. I will wait till tomorrow and probably bag this up toward the evening, because in the morning it's still going to be pretty warm. Well, that's it, guys. I will bid you adieu. I hope you guys stay safe out there. This has been Beard's sub tech, I guess you'd say. It's not really mine. It's the same recipe that the majority of us use. Same techniques the majority of us use. So I really wouldn't want to put my name on it per se. But for you guys out there wondering how I do it, that's how I do it. So stay safe out there. Happy cultivating. And Beard out.